Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall says 6 minutes past 9 on Monday night. A less windy night tonight than last night. It was fierce bad last night around here. I couldn't, there was a flood outside my gate. I couldn't walk across the road to my neighbours. I had to drive across. There was a tree down, not a tree, a pole across the road. Had to harsh that in. It's on the N5 main primary road. And drove down then to get an apple tart and milk. And there was only 3 or 4, I think, in the pub. So I went around in for a pint. Couldn't face the Guinness after. Still is a sickening feeling in my brain when I see a pint. So I was on Coors and I had a pint drank, going to go, and the next thing the lights went out, black dark. So there was candles produced and we had a nice fire, and a few more came in. The girl that was working went home, so the gaffer appeared, and no till working. It was all cash. Of course, the young bucks that came in had no cash. They had to go on the slate like old times, and I had 3 pints. So up, no video then because no internet, and got the flash lamp out to get candles out, and then the Chiefs playing at 11:30. Couldn't get that. No coverage on the phone. Couldn't get anything. No score or nothing. So I walked out at about 12 o'clock, out about maybe a quarter of a mile, and I seen there were 10-3 down. So I went to bed at that point, and I didn't know until today. It was about 11 o'clock. I had to go, because we still had no power back. The power only came back about 2 hours ago. And you couldn't even make a phone call to just emergency calls with your phone. Disaster, really. I sort of know how Stevie Wonder feels now, or any Stevie Wonder, because sight is the most important thing. But I went into Strokestown today because I had to get something to eat. Only one shop open because they were running on a generator. All other shops were closed, petrol station closed, everything closed. Nothing can run. And then to be on about banning turf. Like, if you had electric boiler and everything, you can't have heat, older people. And they're trying to ban turf. It's an outrage. So I watched the highlights of the match. So the Chiefs won. Your man missed a field goal for the Bills to bring them into overtime. So we're through to the AFC final against the Ravens next week away. So we're making money. Like 20 at 11 to 2 be 130, 20 at 16 to 5 is, or 18 to 5 is 92. So we're guaranteed to make profit on the money, regardless which of them wins. So I hope it's the Chiefs because more money, but they're my favourite team. So, that's for Kevin Johnson, if you're looking for it today. Mightn't be singing it, in the event I mightn't be singing it next week. I'll have it sang once anyway. But we'll give it a good shot though. 49ers had a lucky enough win. Green Bay played out their skins. So that was it. Couldn't make a video last night. The last time we had 2 running on Sunday. Frero, Bambo, First Flow put them all out of kilter with their jumping. He brought back reminiscent of when he was top class or near top class a few years ago. When we didn't win, I was delighted he won. And Frere Bamboo, of course, made a howler of a mistake at one stage, and the other one was we got each way money and a slight bit of profit at 6-1. I'm not sure. Ran a good enough race, so not too bad of a day. And then had 2 today because the First Flow ran so well yesterday, and Hurler on the ditch being back at Warwick where he ran so well before. I just took a chance on him Probably should have stuck with Ballycamas that I put up a couple of, or put up and he didn't run the time, so it's called off. But we had a grand little winner in Nickelforce, 5-1. Always travelling well, given a grand a ride by Harry Bannister. So it gets us off to a good start for the week. I wish Davy Cairns on the best of luck, and well, I don't. Probably it's not luck, because when you're in the hands of doctors, but on the full road to recovery, I wish him all the best. That sounds better. I wish him all the best, and I've seen there was an awful lot of well wishers to him as well. So thanks very much for that. It looks good. Happy 50th birthday to Limmy, and we'll have something towards the end. Again, 50 will remind us of 50. Anyway, 50, the number one on the charts, that's what I was looking at. The number one on the charts 50 years ago was a song called You Won't Find Another Fool Like Me. So I couldn't sing that for a man's birthday. How would you sing that to a man? But it's hard enough singing to the New Seekers. And then the next number one was Tiger Feet from Mud. We were fairly rocking in the 70s. Tiger Feet was 4 weeks number one. And Susie Quattro then, and Alvin Stardust, Dressed in Black. They were after that. So we're going to go for the number one that was early April in 1974. We'll sing that at the end. Billy Don't Be Here Us. Jealous Mind was Alvin Stardust. That'll reminisce to a lot of people, no doubt. Anyway, on to tomorrow. I have never done this before, but I'm going to do it anyway. We have 2 horses that won for us last time, right? So they're bus horses. We're going to put them as 2 bus horses. We're going to put 2 horses then together that ran for us last time and both finished second, right? And then we're going to put 2 horses that if them 4 wasn't running, I'd be doing these 2. So you can pick any 2 you want. I'll give you my nap as well. So the 8:30 in Southwell. Now this is a more competitive affair than the last time that King Victor won for us, which was 12 days ago. I had it sushed out before that horse was second actually. Ran this evening. He was show no fear, and he was down the field. But he done this all right. But as I said, it's I think this was a weaker contest. But we'll have a look at him anyway. He done as good the last day. He went off second favourite. There was a hot favourite, show no fear, and we out battled him up the stretch.
Attention. Moving well behind them is Bond Spirit still. Rab Havlin is going quite well behind these. Struggling to pick them up is Freewheeling. So too is Vision of Hope. They're coming down the home straight, and Show No Fear is having to show plenty of courage here to hold off the challengers. Just inside the final furlong and a half. King Victor trying really hard on the inside to reel in this leader. Show No Fear and King Victor inch by inch is getting closer. Show No Fear is pulling out a little bit more. They're coming towards the line. King Victor just gets up to win it.
He got up on the line to win it. It's his 3rd run back from a layoff since May 22, so he should probably improve a little bit again. But you have there's all kinds of threats there. That Eagle 1 ran pretty good. It ran well in the stretch run the last day. Finished second. Smokey Malone won the last day. Molly, there's several. I don't think he should be a 2-1 shot or even a 7-4 shot. I think it's more open than that. But we're staying loyal to him anyway. The other one that won for us the last day that's out tomorrow is in the 2:20 at Down Royal. Always Enchanting. It's a 3-1 shot tomorrow. He had ran well enough in Clonmel before, but he hadn't stayed the 2 miles 3. So coming back and trip suited the last day. Patient ride, and he's gone up £9. Eddie O'Grady's a good trainer. I always liked him, even when he was going well years ago. But this is us. We're a third from the left. That's us here. Giving it socks coming around the turn.
Has dropped back. Running the home turn to the jump. Robin Avita Star from Always Enchanting, who's coming up stylishly in between horses. In between those two on the inside is a Nut to Get Away, and then Quilter Reish, who appears to be beaten off, and then Take a Punt. Chosen Shant, Beaverstown Place, Johnny Cakes, Must Be Dreaming. Coming to the second last. Always Enchanting is coming there strongly on the outside. To take it up from a Nut to Get Away, Robin Davida Star, Quilter Reish a few legs off them in 4, 2 out. Always Enchanting the leader, rises just in front. From a Nut to Get Away and Robin Davida Star, these three break away from the remainder, and coming to the final flight, it's Always Enchanting and Mark McDonough into the last. Over safely from Robin Davida Star, who's in the battle for the second with a Nut to Get Away. Always Enchanting, looked the winner a long way from home. Scores readily from
Done it fairly stylishly. You would have to say that £9 wouldn't have stopped him there. A mare in form too, I always like, more than a sprinter in form. There is a few, that Coca Collada, Carol Thornton's and Philip Rothwell's Kramer's Valley, but we're I think we'll get a good run for our money tomorrow. Different track, of course, like that's another thing as well, but hopefully the uphill finish won't bother him or her too much. That's them two. Then the two that was second for us the last day, 135 at Leicester, was Natty Night. This is 2 miles 4. The reason I picked this the last day, it's a stubborn sort of a horse. He sulked the time before and didn't. He left himself at the start, but he ran pretty well the last day. He looked all over a winner, I thought, coming. We backed him each way at 5-1. It was a lot of money for me. He went off 3-1 favourite. And he looked all over a winner, I thought, coming.
Bill Illico.
That's him with the blue cap.
Natty Night, Barakov in third, and then Martel Mix Jack. Orange Diamond, meanwhile, has been pulled up. They're racing down into the dip on the approach to the last quarter mile. 2 to jump. Phil Illico. Natty Night is bustled up to come and have another crack at him. These two have been the leading pair for quite some time now. Barakov in the blue and pink is ridden along in third, ahead of Amalfi Skyline, reaching it from the inner of Jack Doyen, and then Martel Mix Jack, who's retreating, and they're heading back towards home. Natty Night just nosing into a narrow lead. Phil Illico fighting on, and Amalfi Skyline continues to run on under Harry Bannister, pulled to the outer in the blue and yellow, still very much up for grabs as they approach the last. Natty Night, Amalfi Skyline coming over the top, draws alongside. Phil Illico up the inner, 3 of them in descending gloom, charging up the run in Amalfi Skyline, puts his nose ahead from Natty Night. Oh, what a ride this has been from Harry Bannister. Amalfi Skyline from Leicester.
I couldn't see the one coming from behind on the turn for home. I thought it was like just to beat the one we were up sides with. Bottom weight, there's money for it there. Ballinolert, lightly raced, but it's back in trip. But it has ran its last few races at 3 miles and 3 miles 1 for Ali Ralph. But the fact that it was second, I was putting it with another horse that was second the last time. In the 245, Imperial Alex. This was a new Toxeter. Now, it ran pretty well, and the heavy ground might have, you could sort of blame it for it, maybe. Back tomorrow on the hurdle chase, I think, is is heavy, and the fences is soft.
New Moon, but lots of challenges in behind. In second place, Imperial Alex. Then we've got Breeze of Wind in third. Under pressure, wide to west. Rockin' a Storm comes next with Cap Chidley. Storm Tiger being pushed along to try and close up on them. Outwider is on the platform, and Dysania still there at the back of the main group. Still plenty of chances turning in. 4 left to jump. Pebbly New Moon, but they are queuing up. In second place, Imperial Alex. Still there is Breeze of Wind. So this is 4 outs, and several in with a chance still. Dysania tries to improve on the platform, made a shuddering mistake at the back of the group. The Storm Tiger is also struggling to go with them now. So final open ditch, 3 out. Still Pebbly New Moon, but Imperial Alex is there as they now head to 3 out. Pebbly New Moon absolutely made a real haulix of that fence. He landed on top of it. He is still going. Rockin' a Storm trying to pick up as well with Breeze of Wind, but Imperial Alex is in front. Dysania is in behind them. So 2 left to jump. It's Imperial Alex coming towards it, leads, being chased by Breeze of Wind. Pebbly New Moon being ridden along. Then comes Rockin' a Storm trying to stay on with Dysania. 1 left to jump, Imperial Alex, but Breeze of Wind's a danger. Just 1 left to go. Breeze of Wind and Imperial Alex, they come to the final fence. Breeze of Wind is over quicker. Breeze of Wind is now moving on from Imperial Alex in second. Then in third place is Rockin' a Storm. Breeze of Wind, back-to-back wins, are staying on powerfully to the line. And Breeze of Wind wins going away.
That was over 3 miles on heavy ground. The step back and trip to 2.6.5, I think might suit it better. Now, them 2 is the last Saloon for them tomorrow. Otherwise, they'll be joining a few more in the trailer and that were towing behind the bus. He said he made a Horlicks, so that used to be a popular drink years ago for older people. Do they still make that? Does anyone know? I could do to drop a Horlicks at times. What do we go here? We have 2 left. The 320 at Leicester. This was a horse that we came across 2 runs back when we had 2 horses trained by Jamie Snowden. And we took the right one. I think we had the forecast as well with Gitmaker. Then he went on to run in the Welsh Grand National. I don't know why he was 11 to 2 that day, because it was way too short for someone that wasn't sure of getting home, and second run is after the layoff as well. Got pulled up. He was on the inside that day, if I remember correct. How far did he get? Well behind after 18th and pulled up. He went off very short, but he's a big strong horse. 2 miles 6 should suit him. He's an each way bet. It was 9 to 2, 5 to 1 earlier. Yeah, 5 to 1. That's an each way shot. I won't play the video of the and the 220 at Down Royal. I think no, the 255 at Down Royal. This is a grand little race. Seldom I go to novice races, but ask anything. I prefer if this was 2 miles 2 actually, or even 2 miles 4, the distance of the race it ran the last day. But he done it well, I thought. And Gavin Crumwell won this race last year as well with Limerick Lace. So it's a 2 to 1 shot. But if you look at its form back the way, won point to point. Then to 5th to Factifile Mirazur West Ballyburn in bumpers. Like they're all pretty decent hurlers and chasers now. Then it won a maiden hurl in October last. To 2nd into the Harvard Guy, and we know what that has done since. That's won a race the other day of 136 or 131, wasn't it, on Sunday? To 2nd in a chase then behind Hinsea, and that's not a bad horse. And that was over 2 miles. Upton Trip the last day. It jumped well, ran well in Down Royal as well. We'll see it here. It's in the blue with the yellow dots or stairs or whatever you want to call them in about
Catches
fifth.
the eye in the hands of Finney Maguire. Carrickrock continues to race wide. On the inside, McDermott, Alec Cantor, Ask Anything, Soldaro, Jumping Jet, Traditionalism. Rule out, let the old man in and rule out the gradual slope. 3 to jump. The Irish Stallion for DBF beginners chase. And Joshua Webb to in second, McDermott, Maritime, the Lady in Red. Then comes Ask Anything, Alec Cantor, Carrickrock. Straightening up over the third last. Joshua Webb in a little bit tight to the Lady in Red. Ask Anything is now hard on the bridle and down through the centre of the field. He takes over to Joshua Webb on the inside to Lady in Red. Carrickrock, Alec Cantor, then comes McDermott and Soldaro, Jumping Jet, Traditionalism, Maristown and let the old man in. And then the gradual slope down over the road crossing. Inside the final 2.5, 2 to jump. And it's Joshua Webb, the far side, the yellow breast skirt. The near side, the road is Ask Anything, both in tight. Then the Lady in Red, Alec Cantor, Jumping Jet. And then comes Carrickrock. Inside the final 4.5, Joshua Webb to Ask Anything. The gradual slope pulled up. Ask Anything stand side. The far side, Joshua Webb. The Lady in Red, Jumping Jet, Alec Cantor. But Ask Anything by a half to. In second, Joshua Webb, Jumping Jet is rolling home. The Lady in Red, Ask Anything not home yet. To Joshua Webb, the far side, Jumping Jet. Ask Anything, double on the day for Kieran Buckley. Ask Anything scoring. Then Joshua Webb and the Jumping Jet, the Lady in Red, Alec Cantor, Soldar.
There is a couple there, Blue Defner or Denver for the double green. That ran pretty decent the last time too, and it's rated 120. Irish Blaze, Captain's Nephew, there's money for it there. But I think the fact as well that Gavin Cromwell won this last year with a 6-year-old as well, Emmerich Lace, one of our horses now, that I think I'd make that my nap tomorrow, going back. I prefer nearly if it's 2-2, but hopefully if he can travel well enough to pop out in front if he needs to be anyway, and one at the track before, and whatever. Anyway, it's Monday night, and as I was saying, number 1 of the charts 50 years ago, they're a bit too rocky for me at this time of the night, so I said I'd calm it down a little bit, and you can sing along with this one. Goodbye to you, my trusted friend. We've known each other since we were 9 or 10. Together we've climbed hills and trees, learned of love and ABCs, skinned our hearts and skinned our knees. Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky. Now that the spring is in the air, pretty girls are everywhere. Think of me and I'll be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the hills that we climbed were just seasons out of time. Goodbye, Papa, please pray for me. I was the black sheep of the family. You tried to teach me right from wrong. Too much wine and too much song, wondered how I got along. Goodbye, Papa, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky. Now that the spring is in the air, little children everywhere. When you see them, I'll be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. Goodbye, Michelle, my little one. You gave me love and helped me find the sun, and every time that I was down, you would always come around and get my feet back on the ground. Goodbye, Michelle, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky. Now that the spring is in the air, with the flowers everywhere, I wish that we could both be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the stars we could reach were just starfish on the beach. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the stars we could reach were just starfish on the beach. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. All our lives we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the hills that we climbed were just seasons out of time. That brings back good memories. Terry Jacks, Season in the Sun, 1974, number 1 for 4 weeks, was it? Bash the Bookies, over and out. That was Happy Birthday to Limmy.